camp and you go 5 to 10 miles and you set the fuck back up, and every
Right.
2 or 3 days you stop and get dehydrated food rations.
Right.
And I mean that's the whole camp, and each little place that you camp would have a different theme. One of them you got like a donkey, and you had to take it down the trail. And it would bring a bunch of people. They would shuttle people some supplies where you would go pick up your food, and they had little stores you could buy shit like, I mean, real minor stores like they sell Band-Aids and
Right. Right.
maybe some batteries.
And fishing line, and maybe a little tin full of like fishing weights. But that's
Oh
all they
yeah,
and they always had beef jerky. Always.
yeah. Well, yeah.
And they
They
probably
did
have a
have a
cooler that's full of ice on
yeah.
one side, and on the other side they had bait, worms.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dirt with worms in them. Yep.
Yeah.
I know
Well, I
those
mean, it was
places.
yeah. It was a Boy Scout camp. So I mean, they did Girl Scouts and Explorer Scouts, but it's a world renowned hiking camp. I mean,
Right. Yeah,
it's got
no.
some of the best maintained trails in existence. So I was
Yeah,
real
see,
proud to take part of it.
when my dad and I, and I'm still this way to this day. In fact, I, I evidently I'm too far this way. But so like when I grew up, uh, there was a couple times where my mom insisted on going camping with us. And of course, well, we have to go to a campground because there has to be running water and there has to be bathrooms. And my dad and I are like, what the fuck? And so we'd end up paying for a fucking campground. That's not how dad and I camped. And I don't do that to this day. When we go up camping, see, in Oregon and in Washington,
Yeah.
it's legal to go disperse camping. You don't need a license. You don't need anything. You just go and you find an area in the national forest and you set camp. And that's it. The only rules are that you pack out anything that you bring in. So you leave that place as pristine as when you
Sure.
found it. Preferably better, because
Yeah.
unfortunately other people aren't usually as diligent. But anyways, so my wife had never really gone camping until she met me, and so she has learned to camp this way.
Yeah.
And we granted, I I'm a big proponent of technology, and so
Right.
we've got a lot of the newer camping stuff. We got a lot of the newer technology. We've got solar panels for charging
Sure.
items, and you can bring your tablet and your phone, and
Yeah.
we've got I've got a trail rated competition ready RC truck that we have a lot of fun with,
Sure.
and so we have a lot of technology and stuff, but we still are out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
We did get a shower tent with a solar shower, so you just fill the bag up with water, and it's got a panel on it
Oh.
that will heat up the water so that you can kind of. It's not good for a real shower, but you can hose off, which is kind of
Right.
nice. But when I buy camping gear, I don't buy shit. I do my
Oh.
research and I buy good stuff,
Yeah.
and I only take with us. I'm not taking a laptop and everything. I might bring my tablet, but that fits into a side panel on my backpack, and that's about it.
Right.
But we go up out in the middle of Mount Hood National Forest, and we've got a couple of favorite spots. One of them, it's called, and this, it pisses me off that it's become more popular, but it's called Pocket Creek Snow Park. And I don't know why they call it a snow park. There's no snow park there. In fact, there's no place called Pocket Creek. It doesn't exist.
Huh.
There's a drainage ditch that I guess might be what they're considering Pocket Creek, but it literally is a drainage ditch for the highway.
Right.
And you go further back in, and there's a bridge that goes over the East Fork of the Hood River, and we usually camp on one side of that's just at the base of Gunsight Butte, and that's where we like to camp, out in the middle of fucking nowhere. And we've had all manner of creatures. I mean, you
Oh,
get
sure.
you go out away from the paid campsites, and you get like bobcats and
Sure.
deer and shit running
Yeah.
through your campsite, and evidently the chipmunks
Ah,
have no fucking manners. They will chew through the plastic of your bread if you leave it out, eat
yeah.
some of the bread, shit on the rest of it, and then leave. And so this is normal. Oh, and deer love Oreos. I didn't know this, but it's true.
We use tree bags.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, well, it's bear. Philmont had it was actually a wide, a nationwide story where some kids got bitten up by some bears. They're brown bears, but
yeah,
that,
we've seen bears, cougars, yeah, all manner of
yeah,
woodland fuzzy creatures.
we had a lot of cougars around here, but eventually they got older and went into a different classification. They stopped dating young men and got middle-aged men.
Hello, Cameron. Hello, Devin.
Hello.
So last summer, we because of the pandemic, we hadn't been camping for a year or two, and so last summer, my wife had sabbatical, and I'm a writer, so I can pretty much take time off whenever I want. Presumably, at least that's what everybody tells me. But anyways, so we decided to I think we took, was it a week and a half? Anyways, it was a long time, and we went up to shit. What is that? Some lake up in eastern Washington. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So we get up there, and unfortunately, because I've been camping, dispersed camping this way and avoiding paid campsites since I was a wee lad, we get up there, and it is a paid campsite, and we pull in, and immediately I go from smile to my face just drops, and I'm like so disgusted at what I'm saying because we're pulling through the paid campsite, and some of the when you first pull in, the campsites for the RV section are so close. I'm not shitting you. There was less than maybe 2 or 3 feet in between RVs. I mean, I've seen apartments that had more privacy than this, right? And we get further back in, and so we show up. The park ranger, tells us that because we got there at like, it was early. It was like 1 o'clock, and they've got this big lake and everything. And the ranger tells us that the campground that we had reserved won't be ready until 4 o'clock. Like it's a fucking hotel, right? And I'm like, did you have to go to the campsite and do a turn down service? Is there a fucking bed there? What is going on? I don't. Why can't I just back in and take it? Right? And the funny thing about that is that you have to be out of the campsite by 11 a.m. Just like you're checking out of a hotel. And I'm like, so what goes on between 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. that people can't pull into that campsite? I mean, what are you doing? Evidently, they're not doing anything. They just leave it empty for the rest of the day. Because we went through there, and I'm like, I just see all these empty spots, and I don't understand. I don't get it. And so we're like, well, that's okay. We'll just go down to the lake, and we go down to the lake, and it was like it was like the suburbs had eaten something that disagreed with them and puked all over the beach of this lake. And so my wife, they had a little resort thing there, and my wife and her friend are like, "Oh well, we're gonna go rent kayaks. Do you want to come with us?" And I'm like, "Nope." I'm like, at this point, I'm like pretty much disinterested in all of this. I'm like, I do not want to really be here. And so I was like, fuck. And so I'm walking around in a cowboy hat and, cargo shorts. I've got an 8-inch Bowie knife hanging off of my belt, and everybody's like looking at me like, "Oh my god, there's a fucking knife! Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Fuck these people!" And I go to the truck, I pop the trunk, and I grab my half-gallon of whiskey, and I grab a chair, and I just go sit myself down on the beach by myself, watching the rest of their shit. And I'm like just sitting there, and I'd uncap it and take a pull off this half-gallon of whiskey and set it back in the sand. And I'm watching these people. And I have never seen a bigger horde of stupid in my life. There was, oh my god, these guys. There were these, there was this family, and they had these two. You can't call them teens. Maybe one of them was like 18 or 19. I would classify him as definitely being old enough to know better. And then there was maybe his girlfriend, maybe his sister. I'm not sure. They were awfully close to be sisters, but or to be brother sister, but I don't know. Anyways, both of them were whiter than the background of Roll 20. And they're both she's wearing uh like cut off sweatpants and like she's wearing a Ramones hoodie. And keep in mind, this is the middle of summer, so it was like 105. And she's constantly bitching to the mom, who looks like she just, like, Leave It to Beaver just puked her out or whatever, right? The mom and the parents look completely normal. It's just the kids that are fucked up. And she's looking at the mom bitching constantly, sitting at this table. Oh my god, it's so hot. And I'm sitting there, and I take another pull of my whiskey, and I just keep saying, no shit, stupid. You're in a fucking hoodie in the middle of the desert. I mean, he, on the other hand, is wearing a black, completely mesh muscle shirt, and and like it, he was so white. He went into the water and he came out, and the muscle shirt was clinging to him, and so now he looks like if somebody had taken cheesecloth and was squeezing cottage cheese through it. And he's bitching that he's getting a sunburn. I I wish I could make this up. I think I might have pictures of these idiots, and I might post them as a shaming, because you have to see it to believe it. And it looked like the Cure took a shit on the beach, and these were the two things that were left behind. It was just ridiculous. They had a really cute dog though, but aside from that, so yeah, and then and I'm just sitting there in complete disgust. I'm like, thank God there's whiskey, because if not, I'd have to go on a killing spree. And my wife and her friend come back, and they're like, oh well, you know, did anything happen? And I'm like, no, this place sucks. But yeah, so that was our last paid camping trip, and I'm like, never again. I'm never paying for a campsite again. This is bullshit. So I don't know. Again, I don't know where Glenn is. I know Kevin had to take tonight off. I don't remember why. But anyways, Kevin had to take the night off. He's got something else going on, and Glenn might have fallen out of bed again. So I am not hearing anybody. Are you guys hearing me?
I am.
Oh, there you
yes,
are.
yeah.
Okay.
I muted myself so
No
that
worries. No worries.
it's loud. So I try and keep it muted unless we're talking.
Yeah, that always helps. So, I think it may be just the three of you.
That's fine. We get a lot done.
That is true. You do. I know. I know. Glenn was trying to figure out because. So he is, I want to say Central Time. He might be Mountain Time, but he doesn't deal with the whole time change bullshit. And so there's been some confusion on when 7 o'clock actually happens, as far. And I totally understand what he's talking about. I'm like, yeah, no, I get that. So, yeah, he might be having a problem. But anyways, welcome to the Pirates of Drinax. We'll be picking up where we left off last week. These guys have touched down on Noricum. They are the last time I think they touched down like right in this area.
That's correct.
They are heading for this small farmstead up here. They are searching for a secret or rumored possible secret Sindalian base, which is the first trek on their journey to finding the treasure of Sindal. And of course, they have Professor Hout Belzoni with them in tow. And so, yeah, that's where we'll be picking up. But before we do, we would like to thank a friend of the Greenwater Guildhall. None of these are sponsorships or partnerships of any kind. They're just products that we really like. Tonight, we're going to go ahead and thank an old friend of the Greenwater Guildhall. We're going to say hello and thanks to Talon Claw. Talon Claw makes beautiful wooden accessories for tabletop role-playing games, such as absolutely fantastic custom DM screens. They have dice vault and dice trays, and they have a line of, and I don't know how they make them, but I think they're 3D printed or maybe they're resin. I don't know, but they are dice towers that look like a skull and the jaws open, and you drop the dice in through the top of the head, and it comes out of the jaw. They're really fucking cool. Yeah, if you want to check out Talon and Claw, they have an Etsy store, and I will post that in the description down below, and definitely check them out. If you are a fan of our Traveler games, we do have a website via Obsidian Portal, and that will also be in the links down below. The adventure log is done in the matter of news articles from the Traveler News Service about everything that goes on all over the Trojan Reach and outside the Traveler universe. And these guys, as they are becoming more and more popular, they are taking more and more of a front page. And of course, Drinax itself is becoming more and more front page news for the Trojan Reach. So there will be more of that in there. If you like what you read, please go to the front page and give us a thumbs up. We do like to see the fan likes, and we hope you enjoy. If you like the show and you want to show off your like of the show, we do have t-shirts of the Pirates, the pirate flag on t-shirts, available in both dark and light prints, and that is in the Greenwater merch store. So click on that link and check them out. We also have Beer Steins, the official official T-shirt of the founding members. The Wayward Bastards are the official founding members, and then we have a beer stein, and there is now a fleece blanket that comes in small, medium, and large sizes of a map of the Glostian Empire from our Braunhaven campaign. So check that out, and pick yourself up some merch. The t-shirts are really nice. The fabric is heavy enough to where it's not going to thin out in the wash too many times, but it's also not scratchy. And the printing came out excellent. I don't know what your guys' opinion of them are, but they are. I thought they came out pretty good.
Mine seems to be. Yeah, mine's not here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not here.
It's funny because we had another player from the Wayward Bastards who ordered the day after I did, and mine got here in like 5 days. It was like, bam, both of them showed up. And then he showed up for a game like a week after that, and he's like, yeah, we're still waiting for ours. And then it was like another 2 weeks after that, and then he finally got them. I'm like, I don't know. I mean,
I think I'm not even supposed to get it till like the 25th.
Really?
That's what they were. This site said on its options and stuff. Of course, I had Ting Hansen put across the titty.
Oh, okay, nice.
So,
customized.
Kind of went a little cool with it. I think we'll see. I got the green,
Yeah.
So Well, I figured everybody else was getting different colors, and so I would get mine, even though I roll with red dice.
Nice.
Yeah, I earned the red dice by being the most evil person in this crew.
You guys are constantly a sense of amusement. I will say that. I still think back. You know what? God, has it been 3 years? I think it's been 3 years.
Yeah, well, it was before the pandemic. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been. Oh wow. Now I feel old. Anyways, Rexar judges your. So Corey's evidently watching on stream, and he says Rexar judges your evilness. So, I don't. 3 years ago, I think about when we first started this with Chachi La Weedaque and that the Calixel incident, and I think about Captain Beth starting out and how Cameron was kind of learning and getting her feet under her on how to be a ruthless captain and mercenary and pirate. And fast forward to today where she's just like, you know what, fuck everybody, we don't like these people, just space them. I'm so proud. The corruption's so great. That's awesome.
I thought it was hilarious when I first joined, and you're all like, "Oh, you're going to be the calm, level head of the party."
Yeah, right.
They're going, "Oh, yeah,
yeah, that'll happen, well, right? Yeah,
yeah." I'll do that role.
Well, and on the opposite side of that, Glenn joined the party because he wanted to get into more firefights and shoot and kill people. And he's like, oh, shit, I'm going to join the Pirates because, that's what they do every week. And then, like, the day that he joined, you guys started getting more diplomatic and, like, trying to, be political and do all this shit right and not just go out and slaughter everybody. He's like, what? When do I get to kill people? It's so hilarious.
We do that so that way people really can't say that we're murder hobos.
Well, yeah.
But we are.
We tuckered ourselves out murdering.
Yeah, we've.
Well, you got to take a break. You got to take a break every now and then.
We've killed so many people. I've gotten like 3 social points. I mean.
First. Sorry, I'm still opening books.
Well, yeah, we got the Dragonfly. Is that what it's called?
That's right. You do have a Dragonfly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna give it a name.
And I don't think I ever post stats for that? I know that you guys probably have them, but
it's page 102 in the vehicle handbook.
Yep, the Dragonflyer Gravcopter.
Yeah. Came in just under that $5 million cap that you stuck on us.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Excellent little vehicle, if I say so myself.
Yeah, and give me just a second. I will.
Cameron, did you get the witch?
Oh shit. Maybe look.
I posted the PDF in the thing. You can snatch it. You want to get that Octora Fest PDF too, because it's got all the witch shit in it.
Yep, it's on the server.
Yeah.
Wait, which So I got the PDF of the character.
If you go into the classes and races folder, there is a folder called Octorfest.
Okay.
Which
and
anybody
stuff in it.
Anybody watching, that's an excellent PDF if you play If you play Old School Essentials, that's a fantastic PDF. I highly recommend it.
All right.
Yeah,
I will need to check that out.
yeah, you'll want to at least scan over that as your homework for Saturday.
Yeah, because she's gonna get like some new spells and stuff too for that.
Well, yeah, I've got her loaded with Cure Light Wounds, but do what you want with it. You know what I mean?
It also also has rules in it for ritual casting.
Yeah, and you can get a familiar, which will add hit points to you. But if your familiar dies, you're gonna die at first level. It'll kill you too.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You don't want to lose familiars.
Yeah,
at all if
yeah.
you can help it.
Yeah, because you'll get the hit points of your familiar will add to your character, but if your familiar dies, you take damage as your familiar takes damage, and if your familiar dies, you lose double its hit points. Which, yeah, like if you get a dog's got like 11 hit points, and if you've got 4, and the dog dies, you're dying too.
Yeah, and even if you survive all that, you cannot get another familiar for like 2 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So they made it so you have to take it seriously.
The old school games you did not.
$3,000.
Yeah, the old school games you did not send your familiar in as a canary in the coal mine.
Yeah, you'll want your familiar, if you do it familiar with her, you'll want her as an auxiliary pet, a pet that enhances you, like a bat with blindside or some shit like that. But it's a die roll, I think. You roll a die and it tells you what the hell you got.
Oh.
She's like the witch in this game is kind of like a druidy type thing. It got some healer capabilities, but smack you upside the ass, gathering herbs and spices, you know. She doesn't have to have warts or anything, and her stats wasn't bad, so.
Mavis has all the warts that the party is going to have.
Yeah, you designed her her to die, and she just keeps living and doing great.
Yeah,
right. She just keeps going and going.
There's been an order of the Energizer.
Yeah.
Order of the Martyr was pretty original, though. I mean, really.
Yeah, I'm kind of digging the whole Order of the Martyr. Like I've now completely detailed the whole abbey and pretty much what's going on with them. The the leader is a 78-year-old cleric, the patriarch, and he's sharp in mind, but he needs help getting up and down stairs and whatnot. And at this point, the rest of the order is kind of like waiting for the day that he probably just goes peacefully in his sleep, or worse. And the matriarch is the head of the nuns of the order, and there's no real tenet for the Order of the Martyr that they have to be chaste, but she in her late 50s basically tells all of the female clerics, acolytes, and paladins that you need to take a vow of chastity, because that's the only way you're going to be able to focus your mind on the tenets of Saint Soman and following in his footsteps. And everybody else, all of the men in the order, are like, she's full of shit. We don't, there, nothing about that is part of the order, but whatever. And she fully believes that when the patriarch kicks it, that she is going to be probably voted in. And that's likely to not happen there, because it's going to be put to a vote of the senior members of the clergy on who the next patriarch or matriarch is. And she's not that popular.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds like a very unpopular platform to run on. Mm-hmm. No fucking platform.
Yeah, she is extremely pious. But honestly, it doesn't really matter to her. I mean, if she doesn't get the position, of course she's going to be, boomer-style sour grapes. But it doesn't matter to her, because she will tell everybody that her piety towards the martyr is what is ultimately important. So, yes, yeah. Right now, I've finished them, and I'm now on to detailing the. There's a small tribe of Neanderthal that live in the Skellis Mountains that are the clan of the Owlbear. And
I read Clan of the Cave Bear.
yeah, clan of the Cave Bear. Yeah, and
Book.
well, there were more than I want to say there were more than just that book. There was a couple of books in that series. Anyways,
She
yeah.
had a stroke after the first one, though, and they became romance novels.
Yeah, they kind of went completely off the rails after the first novel. I will say. I don't know if she had a stroke or just a really long dry spell, but she, she seemed anxious about something, and but yeah, so the clan of the Cave Bear or the clan of the Owlbear is a group of Neanderthals that live up there, and they actually have an adult female owlbear and 2 cubs, and they're friends with it. In fact, they sometimes ride the owlbear, and if they have to be really intimidating, but that's neither here nor there. This is one of the things I do need to promise to the viewers is that as soon as I'm done with this book and the next one, which is an adventure, I am going to continue work on the sequel to Mystery BTSHD 365, which is The Shadow of the Petrovskis. I will work on it and attempt to get it to finish. It's just much harder to write. It doesn't write itself the way this new campaign setting does. So I apologize. I know it's been going on 5 years, and I don't answer to you. I'm my own boss. So, anyways,
that translates to fuck off.
yes.
No, I'm playing.
no, you should see some of the demands I get.
All right.
Via comments like, oh, I really, they're so passive aggressive. Really wish the writer would. They fully know that I'm the writer, and then they'll post on my comments. I really wish the writer would finish the series. I'm like, yeah, okay. Anyways, so you guys sat down on Noricum, and it's really funny because even here, so I'm going to say that I'm an old school gamer because I'm going to assume, and you will excuse me, I'm not going to use the metric system here because I'm an American and we're dumb and I don't know what the actual conversion is. But I'm going to assume that each one of these hexes is 24 miles. That would be a generally safe assumption. Sorry, I can't hear you, Cameron.
Sorry, I was just thinking out loud that that's a big ass house. If that's how big this thing is, that's all.
That's true. But
they might have just drawn it bigger because if it is that size, then representing a house is kind of impossible.
Well, it could be a mistake too, because I will tell you, I've tried to draw hex maps, and my scale, I've just stopped putting scales on my maps. I'm like, you know what? It could be whatever the DM says it's going to be.
I do want to, before we walk up into this place, I want to use the ship scanner to do its thing.
Okay. So
I wanted to.
Yeah,
sorry,
make an electronics plus intellect or education check.
I'm going to go ahead and take the DM of +1 that the ship sensors will give me.
Okay.
It says it on the thing. So I came up with a 13.
Okay, so the information that you get back, so you get back quite a bit of information actually. So the weird thing is this area, and kind of up to just beyond this road, this light-colored line here is a road. The land seems fertile and green, and where this homestead is kind of the last homestead before the land gets shitty. Like, it is just blighted. Pretty much very, very much beyond this road, nothing wants to grow. And the further north and east the scanners check, the Geiger counter starts to go through the roof.
So I'm going to go ahead and advise, that we all wear our battle dress. Most of the things have built-in rad protections.
I was wondering if we should discuss having the professor hang back and have a drone come with us that he can look at shit through and talk to us on.
That sounds like a wonderful idea. If he doesn't like it, Rexar will smack him until he does.
Rexar wants to know if it's murder or just a diplomatic solution.
It is a diplomatic solution with our crew.
That's yes.
That's our story. We're sticking to it.
Yeah.
So
he fell in the shower, man. I don't know.
So yeah, he can stay back on the ship with Rexar, and you've got that. Didn't you steal somebody's news drone and?
Sure did.
Yeah. So you can set that up with a feed back to the ship. Now, like I said, where this homestead is, it's weird. It's like, few people have been out to Hermiston, but it's really weird out there because there will be these people and you can tell that they're on property that has more money. And the reason why I say that they have more money is because the more money you have means the more water rights you have. Because that's reality. It's not about your taxes. It's about how much money you have for what big percentage of water rights you have. And so you go out in the middle of the fucking desert and then you pass this ranch and it's green. There's like this square of green in miles and miles and miles of brown and gray. But here's this ranch, and it's green. So that's kind of what this looks like. Is like just beyond this, it's just, north of this road, it's just desolate. But this ranch looks well done. And so you're sending out your drone? Are you sending out ahead of you? What are your guys' plan? You're loading up into you're in the Dragonfly.
I'm thinking we just land right next to the compound and walk out and just engage the people. I mean, we're not dressed in paper.
No, if you're stepping off in battle dress. Now, this is the other question I had. I know that you spent some money on getting medals and shit like that. Are you decking out your battle dress as well to look Sindalian?
Well, mine has the camouflage mod on it.
Right, so you can change colors.
Yeah, but I
like that idea.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, the chameleon, it's not so much that it changes colors, it's that it auto blends in with surrounding features. It would be what well, back in MechWare, we would have called him a snake suit.
It's in the central supply catalog on crap you can buy to modify your armor.
Right.
It adds some crazy stealth rolls while you're trying to sneak around.
You can add chameleon stealth tech to combat armor as well. I think it's any powered armor. I know there's some stuff that's specific for battle dress, but I think there's a stealth mod for combat armor as well. At least there used to be.
It said it would fit for any armor, so it's
supposed to be like kind of high up in the Drinax Navy. I probably don't want to do that.
It depends. There is a downside to wearing Sindalian colors on your battle dress, in that if you're pirating, you don't necessarily want to say, "Hey, look at me! I'm a part of the Kingdom of Drinax."
Right now,
Yeah.
Right now, we are just the people need to deal with. It doesn't matter what our name is.
So
All that matters is if we leave them alone or
So
not.
by definition, it is the olive drab that you would get, or desert drab that you would get from the Army surplus store. Is what all of your gear looks like.
Yeah.
And so
I think shit.
you approach this farmstead that there are some very peculiar chickens running around. And when I say peculiar, some of the chickens have two heads and one body. There are some tumorous-looking sheep, and there are a couple of odd-looking cows. Aside from that, this looks like a normal farmstead. There's a weather vane that goes up with a rotating thing that shows which direction the wind is blowing, and it kind of creaks on its old rusty iron.
What about residents? Is anybody coming out to see what the fuck we want?
You see that there's a woman that is out throwing chicken feed down, and she. No, I need correct die. She sees you guys. She has watched you guys land, and sees you guys approaching, and she yells back to the farmhouse, "Jeb, we got some visitors." And the screen door of the farmhouse is kicked open, and there's a guy standing there wearing wearing a tank top and overalls, because those go together, and he's got a double-barreled shotgun. He's got a coach gun, and he pops two shells into the coach gun and cocks it shut and kind of levels it towards you guys, way beyond its range. And he yells out, he says, "In the Perror's name, you stop."
Okay, let's not walk further for a second. Maybe we can put Jeb down.
There's no reason to bitch slap Jed at the moment.
Wait, is it Jeb or Jed?
Jed.
Aww.
Yeah.
I thought it was Jeb with an exclamation point.
Yeah. we'll call him Jeb. It'll be okay.
Yeah, he can be Jeb. He can be Jeb with an exclamation point.
Yeah. Now, Jeb.
But it's alien, so the exclamation point's upside down.
Sure.
Because it's space.
So we stopped, and he thinks his holy powers works or whatever.
Yeah. We just want to ask some questions, and then we'll be on our way.
True.
So you're just telling him, you want to ask questions? Is that?
Yeah, we're stopping by to ask some questions. Then we'll be on our way. We mean you no harm. There's no reason to make this into a combative encounter.
Make a persuasion plus charm check.
Right.
Your socially has really no.
Yeah,
no
I know.
meaning
I thought
here.
about it identifying myself, but being a mean pirate right now is
your
probably
social
not
could have meaning here if you announced who you are, because if you remember, you did have a little deal going on with
got an 8.
The true emperor.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not.
And his turnip farm.
Yeah, I'm not trying to even bring attention to this. That pirates are here. Just we are some well-equipped people, And I got an 8.
Okay, so how are you putting this? What are you saying?
I'm saying, calm down, Jeb. There's no reason to, be hostile right now. We just have a few questions to ask, and then we will be on our way. You know, if you answer our questions satisfactorily, perhaps you will find yourself in a better situation than before we arrived.
He flips off the safety on the coach gun, and he goes over and he walks up next to his wife, and she honestly doesn't even stop feeding the chickens. Like, no fucks given. And she and he looks at you guys and he says, "Yeah, there are probably some more of them adventure types trying to go off into the death zone, gonna get themselves ended." And she goes, "Yep, that's right, Daddy."
Yeah, I can see why they'd think that. That's okay.
And but then he looks over at you guys and he goes, "They do seem awfully equipped. They look like the old Star Guard."
Yeah. Well, that there, if you know about the Star Guard, then perhaps you know where the base might have been.
He says, "Of course I know about the Star Guard. I got books and they got pictures in them."
Do they have to have a map of this area before the attack?
Says,
or the pictures, whatever we can get.
Make another persuasion plus intellect, or I'm sorry, make a persuasion plus charm check.
Here we go. Damn it, 7.
He says, "Well, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I got a whole bunch of books."
How much does he want for his books?
He says, "Well, you all seem like right nice people. You're not like some of those that come through here."
Says, did anybody come through here, go out into the Badlands and come back?
Yeah, there's another group that went out just a couple days ago.
Oh.
One of them big cat fellas.
Oh.
Ooh, I hope they didn't get infected with that murder virus where they go apeshit.
They seem pretty well equipped, but
okay.
not quite as tanked up as you are.
That's just how we roll, man.
They went out on a gang of G-bikes.
Oh.
Are there like tracks, or do those get blown away?
No, G-bikes are basically, they're like speeder bikes from Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and none of those came up on the ship scan, the Dragonfly scan.
So no, because beyond where where D and B is, your scanners start to go. They start to go shitty.
Out.
Yeah, like too much radiation.
Feel ya.
So did the G-Bike guys look at your books or ask you or find out anything about this stuff?
No, one of them sons of bitches tried to shoot at one of my cows.
That sounds about right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, just to let you know that if they get aggressive with us, we will end their days without a second thought.
Well, I'd much appreciate that if you'd bring a little justice to me and the missus. You know what? And he looks at his wife and says, You all seem like really nice people. Why don't you come inside for some nice chicken dinner?
We have an extremely rare and delicate diet that if we go outside of that, it will tear our digestive system up. But we
don't want to eat your irradiated diseased chicken.
But I could be easily talked into a nice container of whiskey from our ship. Well,
shit, go get your you got nice whiskey? I like some good whiskey.
I will. I'll go back to the damn. I know we got like an auto bar and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you've got some aged bottles of Sindalian whiskey.
I'll go ahead and snatch a couple of those.
It's only aged 2,000 years. It's got to be pretty mellow by now.
I'll get some y'all get me some fireworks too, some peener poppers, some dinger dongers, slingy slocks. Yeah, double dorks.
So
Yeah.
he invites you in, and I mean, it is the most simple of farmhouses. Dust everywhere. You're so are you guys still wearing your suits, or are you taking helmets
yes.
up? Okay.
No.
So your heads up display is your Geiger counter's going. It's still within livable limits, but you're looking at Jeb and his wife and realizing that they're probably in their mid to late 30s, but they look like they're in their 60s to maybe 70s. Yeah.
Well,
Dang.
Their skin kind of looks like tan to leather.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
just
not
be
taking
polite.
my thing off. I'm gonna be looking through books while Tang charms in.
Oh,
so yeah, he's got these cheap, crudely made pine bookshelves that have a number of books. Most of them are actually printed, believe it or not.
Cool.
But tucked in, there are a number of actual, I guess you would classify them as portable computers, but they're actually tablets that are tucked in. But when you pull out the tablets, all of them the batteries are dead.
Okay. Can I feed him juice from my suit or something?
You
maybe?
certainly could do that, yeah. So Beth is plugging in tablets due to her suit's power supply, and they're booting up. And Jeb
I'm telling the dude about fucking riding the huge fucking tiger cat fucking over on the fucking Aslan high rate, and how I rode that son of a bitch into the ground while I'm telling him the hunting stories.
Yeah,
good old boys will cut. Yeah, I'm making that motherfucker sound like it's the size of a damn aircraft carrier.
Well,
you got to stretch the truth if you're telling the stories.
Not that small of a truth. I mean,
well,
so he takes a sip of that whiskey and he's like, "Ooh, you guys brought the good shit."
That's all we do. None of our shit is bad. You could literally eat our shit and get
He says this is really good stuff. Are you sure you ain't Starguard?
Sure. That is a time long ago, and I haven't heard those words in a long time.
Oh, well, I keep calling her an old woman. She's not. She's in her 30s. And she says, well, Jed, I could have swore I heard something on the wireless about this kingdom of Drinax, whatever. But they were like, according to our books, they were like a dukedom or something of the old empire, and I bet these sons of bitches are from there, aren't you? You're a part of that new kingdom.
Well, it doesn't matter. We are just some common travelers that have moved across many kingdoms and many lands. We're just really here to tell a story and go look at some stuff. We heard that there was a ruined Sindalian base around here, and it would be neat to go check out and look for some trinkets.
See that? That's what that cat feller was talking about too.
Yeah,
that there was some base off there. Well, I'm telling you, there ain't nothing up there. There's just that's where all them bombs and all sorts of manner of shit fell. There's biologics and radiation. Them rebels really did a number on our imperial capital.
Yeah, that's probably pretty sad there. But
so
I'm gonna be taking like pictures of the books.
Oh man, we're taking the books.
Oh, we're taking him. We're gonna pay him.
So Beth, you
Well,
get this
drinking and
tablet
everything,
fired
yeah.
up. You get this tablet to actually boot up, and the first thing that comes up on the tablet is that it's locked out. It is asking for a passcode. Now,
We got the Duke codes.
Keith.
there you go. Yeah, Ting, you want to remind them of that?
I sure will. I farted in my vac suit. It's terrible. Yeah, we have the Duke passcodes, Captain.
That's right. We do have the
Yeah.
code. Yeah.
Oh shit! Is that it? Okay, let's try punching that in.
So
See if it does-
you punch in the Ducal passcode, and the tablet unlocks. And when the tablet, there's like the windows, bring, like it's logging you in, and the look on the old couple's face, they're just like, they are the Star Guard.
And we're going to have to take all of these because they belong to the Kingdom of Drinax. I'm sure you'll understand and will not mind.
They
We'll be happy to compensate you for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will.
But,
I am
yeah.
genuinely fine with
Please,
that.
please don't. You seem like good old boys. Please don't.
they
make this a
immediately
fucked up situation.
their response to this is like sheer awe. Like,
I am the
yes,
Star Dragon
take
Knight of
whatever you want.
Daggerfield, Yeah.
Take
Yeah,
whatever
but we do
you
need
want.
to give them something
If
so
we
that they
had,
can buy.
if we had
two-headed
firstborn children,
snakes.
you could take them too. But sadly, we're infertile.
Well, I've got something that might help with that. Here, take a couple of frag grenades.
In case those cat fellers come back.
Guaranteed to help you multiply right here.
So this
I do give them a couple of
this
frag grenades.
tablet
Take it
boots
off my
up.
list.
And it is far more than you expected. This is an entire volume of information. Who wants to make a computer, electronic computers plus intellect or education check to thumb through this thing?
I get a +3 with all that.
Yeah, I get a +3 on that as well.
Well, then it's
actually,
your turn to roll then. Haha.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Damn right. Make me roll all the fucking dice. That's...
I got 9.
Woo.
Okay, so you're thumbing through it, and you do find a map of the area. And a part of this map, you do see that there is some peculiar stuff going on. Like, you see that here, where E is, there is a hydroelectric dam. But according to the map that you're seeing, and all of this region all around here used to be green space. But you don't see, beyond this road, you don't see, according to these old Sindalian maps, you don't see that there were any farmsteads out here. So north of this road, or, west of this road, you don't see that there was anybody living out here, yet it was all green. And so the question then comes in, what was this hydroelectric dam powering?
Hmm. There has to be some kind of schematic or
You
something.
also see that this road follows a line and seems to stop at this lake in a couple of spots. Here, and it just stops.
We're gonna have to take the fucking Dragonfly and fly over and get a closer look of all that shit.
Well,
Yeah, I'm wondering what's under that lake.
so while Keith is looking at that, King, the quote unquote old man in his late 30s, says, "Well, now that I know who you are for sure, you need to come downstairs and look at this."
All right, I'll sure go. Come on, good sir.
So-
This is going to earn you some more of our Sindalian rum. whiskey.
The rum, that's actually a real thing.
Yeah.
So he leads you down into a I guess they call it I've heard it called a couple of things: a potato cellar, vegetable cellar. Anyways, it's
Right.
a sublight basement, and he leads you down underground below the house, and he says, occasionally there are these twisters that come across the Deadlands, and they kind of wreak havoc around here. So this is where me and the missus shelter. So please, excuse the mess. And you go down there, and there's shelves set up, and he reaches up and he pulls a string on a light, and a series of fluorescent lights light up, and there is, in the center of this room, a suit of power armor on a stand. And behind it, there are a bank of portable computers that turn on. He says, I've done what I could with it. I polished it up. I thought maybe, when there was the revolution, when we go back and we retake the Sindalian Empire, this would be, something worth keeping. I don't know how to operate it. I've been trying to figure it out.
We'll take all this off your hands and take it back to our ship. We'll take this. Thank you. Maybe you and your wife would like to take a passage with us to Drinax.
Oh, I couldn't do that. We grew up here. This is our homestead. This is our home. We can't leave our land.
Okay, then. Well, I just thought, if you wanted to go, I'll let you know. You send a word out to Sam Peck, and just send it out there, and our secret intelligence bureaus will pick it up. I'll come get you and your wife. If you're ever in need, I'll come defend you.
I really appreciate that, and may the Parer's blessing be upon you.
Oh yes, of course. You as well, my friend. You as well. Hang low.
So
right on.
This suit that he is cleaned up. The first thing that you see, your suit is registering that it is radioactive. So it'll need to be cleaned. It's showing some signs of decay. I was going to say rust, but I don't know if that's really appropriate. But it's showing some signs of decay. This is Scout battle dress.
Okay, that's not bad. My Pioneer suit happened to have decontamination tools installed in stock.
You could probably hose it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up right here. I'll aim the waste and run off from the clean off to the other corner of his cellar there, maybe near his potatoes.
Now,
and
the other thing that you notice is that there are 3 laptops that are set up on a workbench, and these are all old Sindalian portable computers with holographic controls. And evidently old Jeb ain't as dumb as he plays off, or as you thought, because he has partially hacked into them.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Good for him.
Let's see what's on them.
One of them is giving a full rundown of this Scout battle dress. It is... Let me find it. This is Scout battle dress advanced. Well, it's on page 39 of Central Supply Catalog. It is Scout battle dress advanced, plus 26 protection, TL15.
That's really good shit.
It will protect up against 290 rads, plus 4 to strength, plus 6 to dex. It has 12 slots. In those slots, It is currently empty.
I'm just gonna decontaminate this and the laptops.
But you do
Yeah.
find around the room there are a number of other pieces of equipment in like old cargo bins that he's collected as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, hey man, is there an outside entrance to this to make it I'm just gonna pull the Dragonfly around and we'll decontaminate and load this stuff just right into our little cargo bay.
I mean, he now when you say your cargo bay, I mean the Dragonfly
Has 10 tons.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah, you can load it into the Dragonfly. Why not?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
And I mean, this thing is it looks like at one time it was completely enameled white with gold brocade and like the red Empire of Sindal logo on the chest. I mean, it stood out like totally not what you would expect from Scout battle dress, but this thing like looks like it was like, a standout piece of equipment.
I'm fully planning on decontaminating this and adding it to the ship's armory. That's kind of where I'm going with it.
Yeah.
So if someone needs it to switch it out or whatever, it'll be there for them. All the weapon slots and all this, man, I like my sensor suite and decontamination tools and all that for my supportive nonviolent role.
Make a
sort of generic battle dress. I think I might like this.
Make make an investigation plus intellect check.
You might have caught me. Oh no, I'm investigate too. I'm good at that shit. And intellect. All right. Intellect is no bonus, so I'll just get a +2. But that's good. That's 10.
Pretty good. So in the various crates around, there is an anti-missile system that takes up. It is a advanced laser anti-missile system that takes up 2 slots.
Nice.
Writing all this shit down, Keith, on your new armor and all that. I mean, once you said you wanted all this.
Yeah.
You can write down that that's on page 44.
Anti-missile shit. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
There is a flight pack that is currently inoperable. It is on page 45.
Inoperable. I could probably fix that eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
And it takes up 6 slots.
Man, Jeb's a good old boy.
I know, right? He's
Man,
the
I'm
best.
so glad we didn't fucking come in trying to show big balls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there is...
So when we're flying the Dragonfly, who is going to shoot the light autocannon?
That's a good question, because I don't know. Who's I would assume Ting's flying the Dragonfly since he's got flyer grab.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, is that a turret or is that a gun? Heavy weapons? What is that skill needed?
See, I don't know.
That would be
I have gunner, gun
That's a good
combat,
question.
heavy weapons.
What's on here? It says light autocannon. So that would be
Probably heavy weapon.
probably heavy weapons.
I got one.
Yeah, let's give that to the captain then.
All right.
This has got basic fire control, on it.
So the last thing that
It's 6D damage.
the last unit that you find is also inoperable. It is a TL-15 stealth unit.
See, Keith, you're about to go ninja. It's gonna be good. This is good, wholesome loot, you know.
Absolutely.
Because if this is Horrell up there, I mean, you know, are we going to open up on the graph bites on site and just murder hobo this opposing team down?
Probably.
Yeah.
That's
I
the way I
mean-
like to do it. I want to do it that way.
Kill everybody. Yes.
No, we spared Jeb. I mean, now we can't have a balanced diet if we don't. kill
That's
somebody.
true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You gotta be nice to Jeb and his wife. Be nice to me and Daddy.
I gave him some false promises and a bullshit name that he can just send out into the universe that won't do any results. But by the time he figures out I'm not coming, he'll be dead anyway.
So the dam is crumbling. Are they like right in the plane of destruction?
That's a very good question. So, you don't know. So
Okay.
the reason, so Keith is able to bring this up, and he can obviously see that there's a hydroelectric dam here, or that was there, that provided power, a lot of power for something, and not really. I mean, obviously there were some farmsteads and whatnot to the south and east of this road, but from what he's seeing, it provided more power than what was needed. So that power had to be going somewhere. What you're seeing now, you can't really see much beyond this, and you can't really think that the hydroelectric dam could be in that great a shape, but nobody's gone over there to check it out.
I think that's where we're fixing to go as soon as we get done looting and studying.
So yeah.
Yeah.
You've got this suit of scout battle dress, advanced scout battle dress, sitting here, that Jeb's taken pretty good care of, and he's got the other boxes that are down there. He's got things. They're actually ration packs, but they are still stamped with the Sindalian logo, and they haven't been opened in like
I'll
2,000 years.
Yeah, I'll tell him. You know, this here's good eating here, Jeb.
Yeah, for real, dude. Bust him open.
Have you,
What is
have you guys seen the YouTube video where the guy finds like sealed ration packs from like
Oh,
World
I
War?
love him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've seen that guy? He's like, oh, I found this ration pack from like the fucking Civil War, and I'm gonna open this up and I'm gonna eat it. And it looks like it's nope, this one's bad. And then he'll go to another one. Oh, here's a World War I ration pack. Oh, it's still sealed and there's still good cigarettes inside. And like every time I watch him do that, I throw up a little bit in my mouth. But yeah, like
I did see him eat hardtack.
Yeah.
That was pretty nuts.
So here's a weird thing, and I'm bizarre. So when I was a wee lad, I think I was 7, maybe 8. We actually went on a field trip to Fort Vancouver, and one of the things that we saw on the field trip, we went to the bakery, which is still there. My wife and I went. Unfortunately, they were closed, but and while we were there, they were actually making hardtack.
Oh.
And I diligently wrote down the recipe, because I mean it's basically salt, water, and flour. That's what's in there.
Yeah.
And went home to dutifully make it. I love hardtack. I actually will fucking sit there and chomp on it, which is probably why I've broken numerous teeth. But I actually like hardtack. And of course, none of the stuff that I've ever made comes out quite as hard as it should be, because I mean, you could build a house out of real hardtack.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a number of recipes for it too, like hardtack. There's like a hardtack beef stew where you boil up beef jerky and you mix it in with the hardtack and a little bit of the flour and make a gravy, and it's essentially shit on a shingle, but nobody wants to call it that. But
This guy obtained his hardtack from a museum. So
yeah,
it
they're
was like really old. It was basically inedible. He tried boiling it, And it didn't do anything to soften
They
it.
turn into
so
bricks. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
That-
like you could
Deleted.
you could build pyramids out of it, and it'll be here 3,000 years from now, guaranteed.
real.
I put a proposed flight path to take to go look at that shit.
Okay,
Okay.
If you see that.
so that's your red line there.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna
Thank
leave
you.
Jeff with 2,000 credits because he's been great. And
Fuck it, yeah. He's gonna
Yeah.
die of natural causes on his own, living out here and all this crap. But
are
but
you giving him 2,000 credits in cash?
yeah, happy to do it.
Oh, he's
He's gonna
Like-
be the king.
like in awe. I mean, because they are, basically a gold and platinum imperial credit, and he doesn't really know anything about the Third Imperium. He's assuming that this. Oh my God! You're going to. You really are the Starguard, and you are going to reinstate Sindal. And he is looking at this box of credits, and he and his wife just are grabbing your hand. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessings of the Emperor be upon you.
thank you. Yep.
Well, thank you for all your hospitality.
Yeah, all the help. Holy shit.
Y'all are wonderful people. Mhm. Thank you for
If you-
respecting our.
If you or any fellow Star Dragon ever needs any help, you come back and you see us. We'll put you up
Yeah.
right here. I don't care if me and the missus have to sleep in the barn. You can sleep in our bed.
Well, thank
Aw.
you. That'd be very nice. But I have a serious gas issue problem. You don't want me on your bed and mattress.
As you run a Geiger counter over both of them, we're like, yeah. All right, we'll be back to visit.
Yeah.
Holy shit, we hit the jackpot with those people. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we handled that great, I think. Yeah, give us
The
a high.
professor's definitely,
So
busy.
Ting, go ahead and your flight path is a little odd. And the only reason I say that is because you see that this road goes through this blasted area and comes out here.
That's right.
But I mean, I can see that you want to skirt around it. So go ahead and make a
I'm trying to avoid the areas that are extremely radiated. Like, here looks radiated.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And, all that. So I'm just kind of coming around here.
D is just completely fucked up ground, clearly from bomb strikes, and B is a hot zone. So everything that says B is throwing off massive amounts of radiation.
Yeah, so I'm trying to avoid the bees. That's why I'm kind of wanting to come around.
Dude, me
And-
too. Every time I go out to the club, I try to avoid the bees.
Yeah. And, I want to point out that the Dragonfly has stealth that'll camouflage. So their recon DM is -2 if they're trying to look out and see us coming.
Okay. So
Yeah, but
go
it
ahead.
won't. It doesn't hide us from sensors. any
Go
better.
ahead
There's-
and make a so you can go ahead and make a flyer grav plus dex check. Who's going to be operating sensors while you're flying?
I'll operate sensors while he's flying since Captain should be operating the gun.
Okay, so Keith can make a electronics plus intellect or education check, and you get a +1 to that because you know where the old road is.
Okay. So
Had
that,
to figure
that
out.
gives me 10.
Cool.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh.
15.
Well, shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, my vac suit really jacks my dex up.
Ting makes that look easy.
Yeah.
What did Keith get?
I got 10 on
Okay.
the sensors.
Okay, so scanning this whole area, the first thing that comes up on this flight path as you get over to this area, the first thing that you are able to scan is the dam. And you can see that this thing is cracked in numerous places. You do detect that there are signs that there are turbines that are in the dam still operating.
Oh, really? Wow. That's crazy.
And you're detecting that. I mean, there's a number of cracks in this dam, and it seems like it's barely holding the water back of this lake. And if this dam were to go, it's going to, of course, flood south and take out poor old Jeb and his wife's property.
But still no sign
Or
of the
give them,
grav
or they'll have lakefront property. It depends on how you look at it.
But still no sign of the grav bikes at all?
Your sensors do pick up that there are 5 grav bikes on the shore here.
Yeah. When we saw that, we would have probably laid down hate with the autocannon on those grav bikes.
Well, I mean, there's nobody there, though. There's just grav
If their
bikes.
bikes are gone, then they're kind of fucked, aren't they?
Well, I
load
mean,
those
that's
bikes
how. I
up.
mean, you kind of do a once over the area, and you see that there are grav bikes here, but that's all you see. There's no people.
Yeah. Can we fit those grav bikes on the Dragonfly and the 10 thing? We've got 10 tons. How much of that?
We're gonna
Just steal them.
We're gonna steal bikes. I feel like this is some low grade shit. It's like we still
I
should.
know, right?
I'm not necessarily saying we should steal them, but I mean, if we could shuttle them away from here a little bit, just like move them over here and then drop them off up here. And that way, if they try to go get to their fucking grav bikes they believe are here, they're several miles, they're just a couple miles away, stashed into a hole in the ground, whatever. We can push them out.
So-
It's okay.
The shipping cost on a G bike is half a ton.
And there are 5 of them?
Yeah.
I'm
So
scooping them
we
up.
can carry 'em.
Yeah.
All right, let's steal those bikes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yoink.
so you guys are Ting, make a piloting plus dex check.
14.
Okay, so Ting sets the Dragonflyer down, and you guys spend a couple of hours like loading these grav bikes into the cargo hold of the Dragonflyer. And you're kind of cramming that last one in there, like it'll fit, and you're not really caring about scratching the fairing or anything,
Don't care at all.
because in the corner of your bay is this Sindalian suit of battle dress,
Yeah.
and so you get them crammed in there. All 3 of you can make a recon plus intellect check.
All right.
I got an 11.
I got 9.
I got 6.
So Keith doesn't see shit, but Cameron or Beth and Ting, you see 2 sets of tracks. The first set you see are walking along the bank's edge and are heading towards the dam. The other set you see that looks like one set of tracks goes into the water, and that's the last you see of it. You don't see it come back out.
Wow, we must have been really depressed.
Yeah, he's got something. He's going down. They're looking in the lake. Is what one person's going to the dam and the other is going into the lake.
Well, you've got
That's-
4 people going to the dam and 1 person going to the lake.
Yeah, we might have to lay waste to that dam with the autocannon and just
Well,
empty the
then-
lake.
Then Jeb
Yeah.
and Mrs. Jeb are going to be,
That is a small price I'm willing to pay.
Yeah, poor Jeb.
I think we focus on
He said if
on whatever is under the lake and
Also, when you look at the lake, your Geiger counter goes.
Shit.
It's way up there.
Yeah, I bet.
Is there any way to tell where power is going from the dam now that we're closer, or not really?
No.
Okay.
It would be all underground, but
All right. That makes sense.
you do all. Your suits are registering that you're taking 500 rads from just being here.
Let's go.
So, what is your rad protection on your suit, Tang?
Well, I'm taking some stuff. Is what is going to happen. I'll just have to look it up.
I don't know about me. I think I'm okay. Do you know?
Minus 245.
Oh shit, we need to get out then.
Yeah.
Well, you'll take this per hour.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We should get out.
Yeah, because mine's not even 300. I'm just trying to get the exact number. So.
Oh, hold on. Let's look at radiation.
Mine is 275.
So tell me how many rads you took, Tang.
500 minus 275.
So you took 225.
Yeah.
You take 6 points of damage, and you have nausea. You'll be -1 to all checks until you receive medical treatment. Do you have a med pack installed on your suit?
I do not. We'll have to retreat and deal with that as we get out of here.
You guys see Ting go black and just puke up inside the faceplate of his helmet. Beth, how much did you take?
I don't know. Do you have this thing?
Oh,
I thought you had this. I thought you were getting the catalog. No. I did buy some anti-rad drug a while ago for something else.
You could have knocked everybody and take care of this.
Yeah. Let's pass out doses, I guess.
Let's see. You have. Yours was the. Hold on. Let me scroll up. I want to say that yours was like command battle dress, wasn't it?
Yeah.
it was command, yeah.
What was your protection rating?
275.
Do I have that?
Oh,
no,
no,
I
wait.
have the TL14, so I have 310.
So plus 27, TL14 command battle dress is plus 27, so you got 310. So you're not gonna take nearly as much.
Okay.
You take 190 rads, which means you only take 1d. You take 4 points of damage, and you are nauseous. -1 to all checks until medical treatment is received. Keith, what is yours?
Minus 245.
Okay.
That's worse.
Never...
I would have been looking for that, though, with Geiger counters and everything else before we just ambled off into the...
Oh, Keith. Oh, well,
Yeah.
it's still not that big of a deal. You take 9 points and are nauseous.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's take the warning of the environment and hustle back to the med bay and patch up. I think we got their bikes.
Yeah, so in the amount of time that you are loading up their bikes, all of you are getting pale, and you know the rads are getting through your battle dress.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to get medical attention at our ship, and before we roll out next time, we'll take the anti-rad drugs to help absorb some rads.
Okay, so Beth, go ahead and make a medic plus intellect or education check.
At -1, right?
At -1.
Okay, that's still pretty good. We got 10.
So, Ting, you get 2 points back.
Okay. That'll
And
alleviate some of my problems.
You are knocked from radiation damage. And let me do a double check on their radiation meds.
You have to take them ahead of time.
Well, I'm also going to apply some first aid to that.
Oh, okay, sure.
Where are my drugs? Give me drugs! Here we go, anti-rads. Oh. And it absorbs up to 100 rads. So Ting's good for a while.
Okay.
Keith, so Beth, make another medic plus intellect or education check.
Captain, you should treat yourself so you don't get.
Roll.
Yeah,
you can do that too. Yeah,
you're gonna eat that -1 on yourself no matter what, and there's no reason to make poor Keith have it.
I got another 10.
Okay, so you get 2 back, and it eats up 100 rads.
And now I can make a roll for Keith.
Yeah, Keith is the worst off.
Sweet. 8 plus 9, 13.
Okay, so Keith, you get 5 back.
Nice.
And it eats up 100 rads, but you are still at 155, which means that you are still at -1 and nauseous. He's still looking like he's going to throw up in his faceplate.
Okay.
Well, it's good to learn about this stuff.
Yeah.
So I ate that parasite that lets me regenerate more HP if I eat twice as much.
Right? Yeah, you could eat. So, you could cram a whole bunch of food in your face hole and
pass the nausea. I could probably take anti-nausea medicine, but yeah, I think we should rest and prepare better.
Camp out in the Dragonflyer and wait.
I think so. What do you think? Or go back to the ship?
We go back to the ship and find out. I mean, from the ship we can kind of do things as the ship and be less physically taxing on us. Like we could try to find out what fucking ship these Aslan and other people are in.
Right.
Sure.
Okay. So. No, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just wondering if we should try to take out that dam first before we head up.
Well, I don't know.
So that's going to screw Jeb and his wife. I mean, it is going to flood this entire region.
Is there a way to, no, that's way too much water. There's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah. I mean, you could go in and shut down the turbines, of course.
We'll have to take extreme precautions on avoiding hot spots with the Geiger counter we'll have to, we're not even sure we can access that through all this hotness. Maybe, what if we took a missile or something and hit the mountain?
So the other thing that your sensors aren't going to tell you is that you don't know that you'll receive as much radiation deeper in the water.
I'm wondering if there's a way to shut down the dam without having to go in it. Possibly. Like with the... What was that thing we got? Is it an ionic cannon?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Oh, that's true. You do have an ion cannon.
That would definitely shut the turbine and everything down with doing minimal damage to the structure itself, I believe. That's
That-
what the ad said when we bought them.
yes, that's what
We'll get our money
that's what the
back.
sales brochure said. We'll shut down
So,
electronics or your money back.
So I guess we're shifting gears and coming back with a spacecraft, and we're just kind of hitting that dam with the ion cannon
Okay, so
from the Osiris.
so you guys load up all sickified, and Ting, you can make a flyer graph plus dex check.
Still love my suit. 13.
Okay, so Ting lifts you guys off, and you head back to your ship down here, and you land in the mostly fertile green fields where the ship has landed. But I mean, even here, you can see that the radiation is starting to eat at the ground. Like you can see ground patches of the grass are dying. And so the groundwater table is clearly
Contaminated.
I mean, you guys are right on the edge of a death zone. So yeah. The other thing that you notice as you fly back is you can see that there is, in these weird places like here and here, you see that there are what appear to be hand-dug trenches that have been lit on fire.
Huh.
That's those people going out to their death at a certain age.
So one of the things that you know about Noricum is that, and Jeb and his wife are probably a little bit over the line, but you know that it is common practice that people on Noricum, the villagers and whatnot, about the age of 35, they will go out as a last hurrah, and will go out and dig a trench and light a fire to keep back the mutated wildlife and pathogens and whatnot, and they never survive that. They don't ever come back. It's kind of they kind of have a whole Logan's Run society thing going on here, but they don't have carousel, so they just send them out to the very edge of the irradiated lands and go. Here's a shovel, you know.
Man, that's a lot of trenches.
Yeah.
A lot of trenches, yeah.
Well, maybe when we get back to the Osiris, I would like to see if I could find whatever ship is out there that these other guys were on, and see if there's any communications going on.
So go ahead and make another electronics plus intellect or education check with a +2.
A 13.
Okay. So you do detect that there's another ship, and I need to find what this ship is. Excuse me. It is. You detect that there is a ship on the far side of the planet in orbit. It is an Aslan Eocal class trader. And it's in orbit.
They're looking for our shit. If we blow that ship out of the fucking sky, that officially takes these guys out of the treasure hunt while we get healed back up and all of that.
True. What will it attract though?
I mean, we're kind of in an isolated area. I mean, we could go nail that ship with an ion cannon and take it over, but that requires a physical altercation, and we're kind of sick from radiation things. So I mean, that's why I'm thinking, if we lean towards using our ship stuff, especially till we get Keith back to 100%.
Hmm.
I mean,
How likely are we to get caught? Is anybody else watching?
So we're on the dust belt, so there's probably a lot of stuff around us.
There's well, I mean, as far as like who else is watching you around here, not many. Nobody really comes to Noricum anymore.
You're saying
treasure seekers sometimes come to Noricum.
Yeah, you were saying all the golden shit to me, buddy. Yeah, nothing here. We're kind of isolated and royal. That's we could either try to take the ship. We've got our Marines and boarding party, you know, or we can try to destroy the ship.
Yeah, blowing it up seems like it's gonna work better.
I mean, you get back to your ship, and I mean, Keith is like, you know, he's like 3 shades of white and like sweating. No, I'm okay. I'll be fine. You know. Hold on.
Yeah,
you know.
Need to get to the treasure first, I think. And that'll buy us time, and the guys down on the surface will probably just fucking die while we wait. So
I imagine Keith probably looks like I did like 2 weeks ago when I had COVID. Like just
so I guess we're gonna position ourselves to get the ambush on this fucking ship.
So are you gonna get the ambush on the ship, or are you going for the treasure? What are you doing?
Well, I mean,
wait, okay, they could get the treasure and then die, and then it's just sort of lost out in the middle of nowhere.
They might be willing to talk if we take their ship out of the thing. Surely they've got some kind of communications going on.
So I will tell you, your sensors are not able to penetrate past like the first 100 feet of this lake.
You know, I believe our treasure's there. You're right, but I mean, I'm kind of like there's 0 chance they sneak to their ship.
Well, I mean, you stole their bikes, so
right.
Either way, they're walking.
Yeah, but I mean, we still don't know about their radios or if they have contact with their ship.
And you know that radios don't function down here because of the radiation.
Okay. Right. So there is that. I don't know. I mean, we've got
unless they're carrying a portable Mason communications device, there's no way they're going to be communicating out here. The radiation's too high.
So would they even leave any? Well, somebody's up there to go scoop them back up. So
yeah, they've got to have. Yeah, they've got to have a shuttle or something that they took the grav bikes from the ship to the ground, or maybe there's someone flying the ship.
Or it landed and dropped them off and took off.
Yeah.
And they may have seen our ship at this point.
Maybe, but we're not very easy to spot.
Well, you guys are. Excuse me. You guys are in the Osiris. So it doesn't have the stealth capabilities. I mean, yes, it's got stealth jump, but it doesn't have the holographic hull and things that the Harrier has. So,
it might not be harder to spot, but if we're not running around with our fucking transponder
when you spotted the Iakau, it appears that it is trying to hide on the opposite side of the planet.
Yeah.
So they're probably not doing a...
They're not eager to engage.
Yeah.
We could land our ship and point the ion cannon at this thing.
Okay. We could hit that from the air, too. We can hit that anywhere you want. We'd probably hit it without leaving where we originally landed next to Jeb's. But if the thing fails and the area floods, getting the ship out of here is a smart precaution.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, the dam is going to give anyway, and this house is going to get flooded unless we take massive engineering feats. So, I mean, as far as destroying the dam or not destroying the dam, it really doesn't make a dam.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree with you.
I just wanted to see what shutting down the turbines would do. It might like reveal something about the situation that we don't know. Like, have you tried turning it off and on again?
All right. Well, I mean, let's hit it with an ion cannon. Whoever wants to do that.
I guess.
I could shoot it.
Okay.
I'm happy to shoot the.
So the first thing that needs to happen is I assume you're not going to just land and make a shot, because that would be problematic. You're going to want to do a flyby shot. So Beth needs to make a piloting plus dex check first.
Alrighty, here we go.
And the effect of that is going to set up whoever is going to be operating the turret. Okay, so whoever is firing the ion cannon needs to make a gunner turret plus dex, and you get a +2 to that because Beth has set you up for a shot.
Cool.
Well, no need to lock on it.
Oh, well, wait. Ting, go ahead and make your electronics sensors plus intellect or education check. You're right.
Yeah.
That's 13.
Nice.
That'll give you another +1 or +2.
No, that's a plus. So it's a total of +7.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't make it. No.
Unless you roll snake eyes.
Yeah, no, that was 14.
Okay. So okay. So roll 2d times 10.
Okay. 60.
So you hit this dam with a blue lightning bolt, and you see lightning go out all across this dam. And Beth peels off, and as you are peeling off, your external speakers pick up the sounds of rusty turbines coming to a grinding close. These turbines have been operating for 2,000 years, and they go, ah! They already didn't sound good. If you've ever had a case fan and a computer for longer than 10 years, it doesn't sound that great, and some of the bearings sound like they might be square now. And so that is the sound of these turbines coming to a close. And then the sensors start to register a rumble, a tectonic rumble.
Oh, wow.
Okay, hope we didn't ruin the planet.
This dam is about to give way, because now the lake is pushing up, and there's nothing stopping it. The turbines have stopped, and yeah, the water's coming through, but now the blades aren't moving to shuffle that water. And so this dam is starting to back up.
Oh, shit.
I wonder what happened to anybody in there. Because I don't know what the effect is.
They're gonna have a back.
You don't know. That you don't know. You don't know.
If they were in vac suits and shit like that, they were all power.
They would have problems, yes.
Yeah, so that's pretty funny. Really. So
yeah, because that is a starship weapon, so it would be 2d times 10 times 10.
Yeah.
So whoever was inside that dam took like hundreds of damage.
Holy crap! So they're just
They're
now.
stuck. Their suits have probably shut down. And they're probably, if they're smart, they're hurrying to get the fuck out of their suits, which is going to expose them to
radiation.
radiation, and they're going to try and run the fuck out. Because, I mean, the alternative is equally bad because this dam is losing integrity as we speak.
Yeah.
Fuck. We don't have a way to warn Jed. I don't know if they could do anything about it, Amy. All right. Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, I just seen the lightning bolt. He got a show.
It was for the Emperor's blessing.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, I guess we'll just crack some beers and put our boots up and watch the dam break.
Okay. So, yeah, and that is exactly what happens as you are flying overhead. This dam breaks, and a flood of water floods down into irradiated water and probably contaminated with bacteria and viruses, floods Jeb's farm and down into this green region.
Are the chickens okay?
No.
No, the two-headed chickens probably die immediately.
They sprouted more heads.
They'll probably sprout. If the eggs survive, they will probably sprout more heads. Yeah.
And more
And
importantly,
teeth.
though,
Oddly,
yeah.
teeth.
You know, I have chickens. If they had two heads, they literally wouldn't survive. They can't. If a chicken sees another chicken,
they'd fight each other over the grain.
Yeah, I don't think they would make it. One of my chickens caught a lizard that I found out was deadly later, and the only reason they all survived was because all the rest of them were chasing it around, and it kept trying to put it down to eat it, and eventually it lost it. But that would have killed all of them if they had learned to share.
Right.
So,
yeah.
it was kind of a good thing.
Well, the thing to remember about chickens is that the largest portion of their DNA is raptor DNA. They are literally the current embodiment of fucking dinosaurs, and raptors are the most vicious dinosaur pack hunters next to wolves that has ever existed on this planet. So yeah, chickens are they're brutal motherfuckers is what they are. And don't anybody let you tell you that they're fucking dumb, because they are not. Chickens are not dumb. They're calculating.
As the lake, I'm sure it destroyed all that, but the water as it's pouring out, are we seeing any structures or anything there?
Yeah, what's in there?
You do see that there is a structure that is starting to appear here.
Structure.
And it is deep underwater, and the roof of this structure, clearly it is not, it is a ferrocrete bunker that has been built. And you're seeing the roof of this starting to appear here.
Maybe we should hit that dam and open it up faster to make this water exit quicker.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Now, the other thing that your sensors are reading is that as the deeper water comes out, you are getting fresher water that is not irradiated. So the top portions of the water, like the first 100 feet, are irradiated. Below that, it does seem that there is fresher water. Like there is an underwater source that is feeding this lake.
I'm going to go ahead and hit that with another hard scan, if that's okay. Because as this water is going away and everything else, I especially want to see if I pick up old boy's power suit.
So I'm sorry, what are you asking?
I'm wanting to see if I can locate this guy's the guy that went in the water. He's a power suit. It's got signs. I want to see that, and I also want to look at this structure.
You cannot see anything inside this building.
Okay.
We're just gonna have to get down there and cut it open.
Yeah, we got to get in there.
Yeah. Is there? Do I think that at the current rate, will the water drain down so we can access the bunker without going underwater?
It looks like you could land here and probably get in to the point where the water may be waist deep.
Okay.
What does our Geiger counter say about the radiation level in that area?
The entire area around it is irradiated, but the water seems clean.
So we land in the water. If it's waist deep, we'll just land in the water.
You could land in the water and just float the ship and step off.
Yeah. Especially if all the radiated water is kind of drained off out of the dam, you know. That sounds like the smart place to be.
So, Beth, make a piloting plus dex check.
This other ship has not responded at all, right? It's not done anything different since all this shit that we've done.
Negative.
Sounds great.
8.
So you you just set it down. There's a bit of a rough landing as you belly flop into the water, and the ship is now floating on what's left of this lake. You have about... You've got about 5 hours before it's going to get to a point where the ship may be hitting, you know, a crag or something like that underwater, but it currently now is floating.
Well, let's be quick. We could take a grav bike.
You could take a grav bike.
Yeah.
I will take the PGMP to open up the building because it seems like it might be hard to get into.
Well, fucking A. That's a good can opener.
Yeah.
So what you see when you step out of the ship and into the water, you see that, and like I said, you're still standing in about 5 feet of water. But you can see that this is a ferrocrete bunker that has been built under this lake. Clearly, it is man-made. And there is a vault door in front of this.
It open
that
or
would
closed?
Normally be underwater. It is closed. And there is a key card. And there is a 10-key pad. And the 10-key pad has no numbers on it. They're just blank buttons.
Is there other? Yeah, I mean, can we fire up the drone and talk to the professor?
You could.
He's probably digging through all the stuff we got from Jed.
Yeah, he is digging through everything. The
Right.
response from the professor is that his immediate response is to try your ducal code, and then he sees the video of the blank 10 keypad, and he says, there's really no way of knowing what keys to put in. There's no I mean, the assumption is, I mean, this looks like a standard 10 keypad. The assumption, of course, is that all of the numbers would correspond with the keys, but the natural, the mind would actually go to, why would you make it blank? So you would change all of those numbers around. You would have to have a memory of the codes, which buttons to press in order to open the door. I mean, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it could be 9, 5, 6, 7. Who knows what numbers are in what order? You would have to have a actual memory in order to plug in the code.
Okay, looks like we're melting a hole in this thing.
Yep, open it up.
I mean, you could have I mean, if you want to just blast the door open, you could. I mean, it's not like there's already radiation. Who gives a fuck, right? Or you could try to hack it. It's your choice.
I want to try a hack it.
You might learn
Be sure and use my. I've given you copies of programs if you need it.
Yeah, you can use Ting's computer to do it.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah, I have a TL.
What are all your bonuses?
I have a TL14 computer, which you'll probably take a -1. I bet this is 15. But I have a bandwidth 3 decryption software. I have a bandwidth 3 intrusion software.
Nice.
So, I mean, that and the computer, you're probably going to take a -1, but you're going to get what? 4 back in other stuff. So there'll be a total of a +3 on top of your skills.
Nice.
I'm guessing it's a TL15 computer we're trying to hack. So you'll take a hit on that.
That is a safe bet. It is Sindalian.
Yeah.
All right. Well, total, it'll give me a +6, so I feel pretty good about it.
Oh, hell yeah. I freely will share all software I get on. I don't believe in copyright laws as Ting.
Me neither. Oh, wait. I didn't say that out loud. So yeah, go ahead and make your computer plus intellect or education check and add, what, +5 to that?
Yeah, okay. So that is 15.
Fucking A. So you need a 14 plus to do it.
Wow.
And Keith Jackson, he's like, hold on, before you melt a hole in the door. And you see this vault, you see the centerpiece kind of come out and twist, and you hear a whole bunch of creaking gears, and this door kind of roll to the side. And on the inside, there's like a 5-foot step, and then another door slide to the side. And you see an empty chamber standing before you seems to be wet. Like there is water dripping from the walls, and there is rusted railings all around it, and there is a rusted stairwell that goes up, and there is a door that is open.
Yeah, I think that other guy has got up in here for some reason or another, and he needs to.
Yeah, he somehow got in here. Yeah,
I think so. Let's scan ahead with my scanner on my suit.
Go ahead and make a electronic sensors plus intellect or education check.
Thank you. So I'll tone this down a little bit because it's not the Dragonfly, but 12.
That's pretty good. So your sensors are, and you are picking up random bits through the sensor scatter from all the radiation around you, but you are picking up that there is another blip, but it's hard to determine where they're at in the base.
Yeah, there's somebody here, Captain.
All right, everybody stay alert.
Yeah, staying frosty. We must go through that door, though.
Yeah.
Okay, we will pick this up next week with you guys going deeper into the secret Sindalian base at 7 o'clock on Wednesday night.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you,
This
everybody.
is looking to be one of those events where we get some medals printed up after this.
Yeah, where Ting drops some money to make some more medals.
Yeah, I do that pretty regularly.
Okay, well, I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, thanks. It was fun. Have a great night.
You have a good night, too.